Hello, high seekers. Welcome back to the closet. So last week I went over my dirt formula. Hopefully that'll be helpful for some people out there. It seems to work well. And here we are, I believe a week later, 8 days later. And the ladies are looking nice. They're doing well. We are under the Mars Hydro TSW 2000. And we're just in small 2-gallon pots right now. And they've only been in these pots for a week. I've got my light at the same power, right around, I think it's like 30 something percent, 35%. But not super high power. I have raised the light twice just to maintain my 2-foot distance from the top of the plants. So always keep that in mind. As your plants are getting bigger, you need to lift the light up. And it won't be long, and we're going to need to transplant these. And they've only been in these pots for 8 days, but I can just tell by looking at them that they're going to need to go into bigger pots soon. And whenever I kind of see that kind of like yellowing at the top there, and this one doesn't have it yet. This one doesn't really have it. And this one doesn't really have it yet. But this one you can clearly see it's got like that hue to it. And when I'm in these pots, it usually means that they're ready for transplant soon. Because they have all the nutrients that they need in this pot. So let's just take a quick look and see. And as you can see, it's definitely not root bound, but that's all holding together and the roots are spiraled all the way down. So I wanted to do that live with you just to check it. And it's not too bad. And we'll run another week or so, week 10 days in these pots. But you can see that the roots are starting to spiral at the bottom. And once you see that, it's a good idea to get them into a bigger pot shortly. So just keep your eye on that. They really grow fast. So whatever you see on the top as far as a canopy, the roots are going to be the same on the bottom. So if you've got like, a good 8 inches on the top, if you go down, you're going to see that, the roots are going to be the same. So keep that in mind. Another thing I've been doing, I'm here in Canada and it's really cold and dry and my furnace is running all the time and my humidity sucks. I'm looking at like 36 to 40%, which is not ideal VPD at all. But as you can see, you can still manage to carry on. So what I do is I bring my water bottle and I'll give them a nice squirt in the morning and in the afternoon, and just kind of mimic spring conditions and just spray them all down, squirt, 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 and just mimic rain till they're nice and soaked. And they seem to be pretty happy. They look really nice. They look really nice. So they're kind of bushing out a bit. And at this point, what I like to do is kind of start just leaf tucking. And it's just a gentle way of training your plant. So you can see all these little side shoots that want to stick out of there. So we'll just tuck down the leaves, right? So we'll just find the leaves that are in the way. And if we can, we'll just move them out of the way so these inner branches can get more light. So we can kind of just tuck this one down under here, and that'll allow this little shoot here to get going. And you can see there's a shoot here. This leaf might not be big enough yet, but we can just kind of tuck it down. And the more light it gets, the quicker it'll shoot out. We can do the same thing with this one. We can see the inner shoots here. So if we can, we'll just tuck these leaves down a bit. And then that'll just open it up so this shoot's getting a lot more light. Same with this one. You can see this one's buried under this leaf here, right there. So we want this little one underneath to get out. So we're just going to pull that aside, push that one down, and then just kind of trap it there. So it'll still catch the the light and help the plant to grow, but you're just helping the inner parts of the plants get going. And then this one here, you can see there's one right there. It's trying to reach up in here. So we'll just see if we can get these out of the way. So this one's... And don't be afraid to manhandle your plants. These things actually seem to like the abuse. If you see two leaves like this, see how they're right on top of each other? Like, there's pretty much flush. If I see that, then I'm going to take off that leaf. Just because I don't want any mold or anything. And I mean, in these dry conditions where I am right now, but if you were running like 55-60% humidity, that would be a place where you might get mold or something. So yeah, we're just going to push these things down. Got that one out. That one looks good. And like I said, this is leaf tucking. And it's just training. We're just going to push that leaf down so this node can get out. You can see down here there's one trapped under this big leaf. So we're just going to push that big leaf down. And then you can see that's going to get the light now. And if you see any of these little leaves that started off at the young part of the plant's life and they're kind of dying, just get rid of those. Any of this little light fluff at the bottom, I usually just cut all this stuff off. The first shoots, if they're little tiny shoots like that right near the bottom of the plant, you might as well cut them off because they're not going to amount to anything down the road. So we'll just remove some of these little leaves at the bottom while we're in here. And get back to tucking. We can see there, we'll just tuck that one down, kind of get this one out of the way. That one up at the top there. Maybe tuck that one down. And there's a little branch, I think, trapped in here. Maybe, yeah, I can see them. You might just end up cutting some of these lower ones off anyway, but we'll see what happens and see who wants it. See who wants it. And we'll pick these up. Try to pick up any scraps and stuff that you leave, just so you don't attract bugs and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it, guys. Like, I'll do this again on this plant back here. We'll just see if we can tuck this leaf down so this shoot can kind of get out there. And same over here, you can see there's shoots underneath that are kind of being blocked by this giant fan leaf. You could cut that fan leaf off. It's not going to be the end of the world if you do. But we're going to give it a chance to peek its head out here and just kind of battle it out with this. And yeah, it looks like you're kind of beating up the plant, but trust me, they like it. They like it. And that one, there's not too much you can do about it. And there we have it. We'll just kind of swing things around a bit. Just do our best to try and get these tops to get some light. And that's it. I watered them once this week, just with straight water. That was pH to about 6.2. And they will need water again. I'll probably do that either tonight or tomorrow. And that's it. So until next week, everyone take care. Happy holidays. And I will catch you again next week. Cheers.